Labour has been warned if it goes ahead with the winter fuel payments cut, the wrath of older people will rain down on them. New polling by the Silver Voices campaign group found its members are overwhelmingly in favour of mass days of action in protest at the controversial decision to strip most pensioners of the allowance. Some 93% of respondents in a poll of 3,000 people said they would back withdrawing voluntary work that supports public services in a bid to force a U-turn. The group's director Dennis Reed said, "Older people do not just sit on their butts at home receiving their state pension. Nearly 9 million of us contribute to the well-being of society and the strength of the economy by undertaking unpaid voluntary work. The government must be forced to recognize this contribution as they seek to remove our ability to heat our homes during the winter." Mr. Reed added, "Many public services, including hospitals, schools, libraries and advice services, would collapse without older unpaid volunteers. If it was not for unpaid caring work as grandparents, many employees would not be able to work as many hours, and sometimes not at all. This represents a massive free subsidy for employers. Estimates of the value of this unpaid work range up to £50 billion a year to the economy, and yet this cruel and petty policy will at most recoup £1 billion for the Treasury. The government must withdraw its proposal for this winter, as it was not in the Labour manifesto, has not been consulted on and no impact study has been conducted. If the government presses ahead like political numbskulls, the wrath of older people will rain down on them for the next 5 years. The anonymous poll was conducted for the campaign group last week by SurveyMonkey. It comes as a petition by Silver Voices to save the payments is approaching 100,000 signatures. Chancellor Rachel Reeves announced last month that winter fuel payments would be restricted to only those on pension credit. Ms. Reeves blamed the move on a £22 billion black hole in the public finances inherited from the Tories. The policy is expected to reduce the number of pensioners in receipt of the payment by 10 million, from 11.4 million to 1.5 million, saving some £1.4 billion this financial year. But it has sparked fury from opposition parties, charities and even some Labour politicians. There are concerns over the uptake of pension credit, with an estimated 880,000 households eligible for the support who are yet to claim. There are also fears about the impact on pensioners with incomes just above the limit to qualify for pension credit. Campaigners have warned some older people will be forced to choose between heating and eating this winter after losing the payments of up to £300. The allowance was previously paid to all pensioners regardless of their income or benefits. In a further blow, regulator Ofgem last week announced it is hiking the energy price cap by 10% from October. The End Fuel Poverty Coalition has warned pensioners missing out on the payments could be left £500 worse off this winter. The government has used its powers to lay secondary legislation, which does not require a debate in the House of Commons. The new rules are due to come into force on September 16, but the Tories and the Lib Dems have both launched separate bids to block the move by forcing a Commons vote, although the government has a working majority of 167. The Daily Express campaign to save the payments has been backed by politicians on the left and right. A government spokesman said, "We are absolutely committed to supporting pensioners and giving them the dignity and security they deserve in retirement. That's why, through our commitment to protect the triple lock, over 12 million pensioners will see their state pensions increase by almost £1,000 over the next 5 years. But given the dire state of the public finances we have inherited, it's right that we target support to those who need it most while we take the difficult decisions needed to fix the foundations of our economy." Over 1 million pensioners will continue to receive the winter fuel payment, and eligible pensioners will also be able to benefit from the £150 warm home discount scheme from October to help with their energy bills over winter. We are urging pensioners to come forward and check their eligibility for pension credit to ensure as many people in need as possible have access to this support.